Hello. Have you lost the code that's required to make your Ford 6000 CD stereo system work? This can happen if, for example, your car's battery goes flat or gets disconnected, as happened recently to this Mark II Ford Focus. Now, if you have lost your code, it's not likely to be the end of the world. You've got a decent chance of retrieving it. But to do so, you'll need the serial number of your stereo. The question is, where do we get it? The starting point is to consider what the serial number is likely to look like so that you recognize it when you see it. It's likely to start with the letter M for mother, then be followed by 6 numbers. Alternatively, it may start with the letter V for Victor and then be followed by 6 numbers. So that's likely what you're looking for. Now, on some of these Ford 6000 CD stereo units, and I emphasize some, you can make the serial number appear on this rather nice screen. To do so, insert the key, then turn it 2 clicks to the right, so that the dashboard lights up, like so. Next, turn on the stereo by pressing this large button in the center. We now need to put this Ford 6000 CD stereo system into a special mode, whereby various bits of information automatically scroll along on that screen. Now, on this particular car, the very first piece of information it's going to show us happens to be the serial number of that stereo. It starts with the letter M for mother, and then after that, it will automatically scroll through a load more information that isn't relevant to what we're talking about today. So to enter this special mode, we need to simultaneously press and hold down buttons 1 and 6, like so, and there the serial number has appeared on the screen. Now, as I said earlier, your serial number is likely to start with either the letter M or the letter V. This one is the former, even though the letter M appears here halfway through this series of characters. So to read the serial number, we simply start at the M and then read these 6 numbers to its right, which I've partially censored. Anything before the letter M, that's all these characters here, we can ignore, they're not part of the serial number. So now the system's shown us its serial number, it's going to automatically scroll through some more information that isn't relevant to us today, but nonetheless, I'll show you so you get the full picture. I am speeding this clip up a little, by the way. And there we go. When it's finished, it just defaults back to your normal radio station. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that your Ford 6000 CD stereo may work slightly differently to the one we're using in this video. For example, the serial number may appear far later in that sequence we just sped through. It may also appear on its own rather than at the end of a longer series of characters, and it's also possible that the serial number won't appear at all. If that last thing happens, don't worry, there's still another way to retrieve it. Now, if your particular stereo refuses to display its serial number down there on the screen, and my best information is that has happened to some people, there is still hope. What you can do is simply remove the entire stereo from the dashboard. Somewhere back there, you'll find a sticker, and on that sticker, you'll find your serial number. Now, it's typically quite easy to remove this type of stereo. And what you'll need to do is get yourself a removal tool, which looks a bit like a key, and then you slide it into that little slot there in the top left-hand corner. You then do the same with a second tool in the top right-hand corner, the same down there with a third tool in the bottom right-hand corner, and as you might expect to complete the set, the same down there in that slot with a fourth tool in the bottom left-hand corner. And then once all 4 tools are inserted, you should simply be able to pull this entire thing forward, find your sticker and read your serial number. So there we go. That's how to get the serial number for the Ford 6000 CD stereo system. And as I said earlier, you can then use that serial number to retrieve the code that's needed to make that thing work, which can be lost if the car's battery goes flat. Have you subscribed to CarSpyTV yet? You may as well. I got all kinds of Ford Focus content. Bye-bye.